it's been a hot frickin' minute. In fact, I do have a video I have to download. I just been in and out, and woofed. Honey child, there has been some stuff going on here in this household. Alright, alright. Can't get into the details, but I can tell you a little piece of fun that happened to me, I'd say 2-3 days ago. That little piece of fun I can share with y'all. Got up a couple days ago in the morning, and lo and behold, I ended up getting me a birthday present that I've been well, my birthday's not for another month, mind you, but my roommate and my husband decided to get me something that I've been asking for like the last 5 years or so. Been wanting one, been wanting one, been wanting one. And lo and behold, I get up one morning and there it is, sitting on the counter with a nice little note. Happy birthday, Sally. I looked at my husband and I said, what? And now look at this, y'all. They bought me a KitchenAid mixer. Now everybody knows how expensive those KitchenAid mixers are. What? That's what I got to say about that. What? You are on a little stand, so I'm just trying to get used to the little stand. But I do have another video that I did last week, and it's just been sitting on my camera because, like I said, I've been in and out. I've been playing with the mixer here. I made some muffins. These are pumpkin oatmeal chocolate cookie, because I don't have any chocolate chips, so I figured I'd use chocolate cookie. These are oatmeal pumpkin chocolate cookie marshmallow muffins. That the recipe called for a half a cup of oil, and I did 3 dozen. I did one with olive oil that didn't taste so good. I did another one with peanut oil because I have no butter. And I did one apple cider, y'all. Not the vinegar. Regular apple cider from like apples, you know, like apple juice, apple cider, the real stuff. Remember that little container of apple cider? Well, I still have a little bit left in my fridge. I used a half a cup of that. Ooh, wee, honey child, that was good. We still have the muffins to prove it. I have a batch of muffins that are in my fridge because I put some frosting on it, and I didn't have, all I did was stiffen up some Cool Whip. Stiffened it up to where it was like some kind of Cool Whip frosting, basically. That's all I did. Okay, today I'm going to be making an experiment. We're going to experiment. I've been experimenting. Today I have on my mixer, I don't know if you can see it, I have the bread hook on my mixer. So we're going to use the bread hook. Yes, we're going to experiment with some bread, y'all. I have been experimenting with some, but I'm I'm gonna experiment with some jalapenos, some poblano peppers that were in my fridge, and before they go bad, I gotta start using them. We're gonna put a little bit of onion that I have in my container here. Some onion. And we're going to use some white vinegar powder instead of the vinegar. And we're going to use that. White vinegar powder. I keep it in this container. We're going to use that. And we're going to experiment and see what I can make with it. If I can make a big old loaf out of it, cool. If I can make little biscuits or something, or rolls out of it. Here is my yeast. I keep it in the freezer. I've been taking, don't go by the date that's on here. The date is wrong. I already threw out. This is my last that I got from, this has been in my cupboard now for quite a while, and now I put it in the jar and it's in my freezer. It sits in my freezer, and I've been using it. So we're going to experiment, and we're going to see what is going to happen with this. I've been reading all kinds of do's and don'ts with it. The only thing I don't have on this table is the hot water, because it's going to take me a while. Or not the hot water, but you know what I mean, the warm water. Because it's going to take me a while to get things down to where I want it. We're going to start off with the jalapenos. And I have a little cutting board here, as you can see. And I have my little bowl here that I'm going to do. And we're not going to put a whole lot, if I can get these suckers open. Aha, there we go. We're not going to put a whole lot of them in there. But I'm going to get me quite a few. And I want to stack them up a little bit. And I know it says to dry them off and yada yada yada. But I think I'm going to use at least 4 cups of flour. So that'll be, and then if I need some because the mixture gets too wet. Because I made some breadsticks the other day, y'all. And woo-wee, they were good. Put a little Parmesan and put a little pizza seasoning in your dough when you make your breadsticks. And it turns out really, really well. I'm going to tell you that right now. It turns out really, really good. We're going to use quite a bit of jalapenos, and then we're going to use at least one of those poblano peppers. I might not say it right, but I'm close. And then the other half are, we got a nice little pile here. I do want to use a little bit of the jalapeno pickle juice. Little bit. We're going to use about a half a cup of jalapeno pickle juice. But we'll get that later. Right now, we're going to chop these up and get them into my bowl. And then we will measure out about 4 cups. I'm going to just give these a little bit of a, I'm going to maybe just cut them in half. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just cut these nice little pickled jalapenos in half. Now I have the whole jalapenos in the fridge too. You know, some of these are bigger pieces, so we're just going to cut them up. Because we want some bite to our bread. And I know that some people use it in their cornbread, but I figured, why not try to use it in my bread. And I know the recipe for some of these call for cheddar cheese. I don't even have that right now. I don't have any butter. And I have to wait until Friday to get all that. Because every other Friday is my budget. So I cannot use it until I have it set up to where I can't go get it until Friday. Because otherwise, I'll use it during the week on foolish things that I don't need it for. And then I won't have any grocery money. So, I have it set up to where people at the bank know me very well. I mean, they don't stop me. They just say, "Now, Miss Thompson, you don't need to be going to your bank account now. We don't care what you do after." I mean, if I still have some money from before, I think we need more jalapenos. That's just not enough. But if I still have some money from, 2 weeks before left over, and I need something from the store, which I try to do. I try to keep at least $20 to $30 off to the side, so then I can have it. Now they tell you to add a little flour to this, and I think I will, because then it'll distribute a little easier. Alright, we're going to use about half the jar, it looks like, because this was almost a full jar. And it's always good to be cautious with the gloves, especially when it comes to jalapenos. Just saying. Now these might be a little bit more pickled than normal, but so how has everybody been doing? I've been doing alright. My therapy's going good. I got 4 more weeks. What they do is they do it by 12 weeks. And then after your 12th week, you have the option of paying so much money a year and going and use the pool as much as you want, as long as you sign in and out. You go in, you can use the pool, you can exercise, do whatever. And that's what I plan on doing. I think someone told me it was like $30 a year to go and use the pool. So that sounded like a good idea to me. Alright. That should be plenty of jalapeno. Now we're going to cut up one of these poblano peppers. And these you get fairly cheap at my discount store here in town. And the end of this one is kind of funkified, so we're going to cut that up. I have a garbage can that is behind me. We're going to cut down the middle here. Tonight, I'm going to be making something that I will put on video. I decided this morning. See, this pepper might not be good enough because it looks like we're going to lose half the pepper. Up to here because it looks kind of mushy. I think I waited a little too long to use it, but we'll see. My mom always says it's never too late. I'm gonna slice that part up because it doesn't look bad. sense of wasting it. It doesn't look mushy or moldy or anything. So we'll be good. It'll be fine. And like I said, before anybody complains and says oh, you're doing it wrong, it's not going to turn out right, well, let me to decide that. This is why it's called an experiment. That's what I'm saying. This is why it's called an experiment. But before my video goes a little too far with the time, get these seeds off. And then let me finish cutting up the rest of this pepper and the onion. And we'll go from there. Alright? So, we will be back. Hello? Still here. Alright. We have the vegetables, or the peppers, the jalapeno, and the onions, and we got the flour in there. We're going to set that off to the side. That is done. Now, my friends, we're going to put 3 to 4 cups of flour into my lovely bowl here. We're going to try not to wear the flour. In fact, let me go get a spoon so I can grab this. And where's my... Okay. Let me go get a spoon so I can grab this flour and not get it all over the place, because this container sometimes is not big enough. It's filled to the brim with the flour. And this is all-purpose flour, by the way. So we're going to use this, but we're going to go get a spoon so I can get the flour out. Oh. Okay, we're back. Alright, we have the spoon. And now we're going to get 4 cups, 3 to 4 cups. We'll see how I feel about it. Of flour into our bowl. Yeah, because I honestly don't feel like wearing the flour. There goes 1 cup. Now, for those of you who might have your own channel and you edit your videos, if you give me some kind of clues of what program I can use to where I can add voiceovers and stuff like that. See, now I'm going to end up wearing it because I just dropped some flour. That's 2 cups on my lap. That's alright though, I guess. I'm playing with bread dough and stuff last couple of days. I think all my clothes getting full of flour. My poor dog the other day, she was underneath the table and I spilled flour around her. That's 3 cups. Let me see. I think we're going to do 4 because I do want a halfway decent sized loaf this time. So we're going to do 4 cups of flour. This time. Now, I got flour all over my table. Alright, so now we have 4 cups of flour in there. And we're going to slide that over. And we're going to get this flour just mixed up just a little bit. So we're going to put it on low. And we're going to get the flour kind of broken up a bit. Sort of like sifting it. I found out that if you do that, it helps for the rising. Alright. Now, we're going to lift this up. And we're going to, because I don't have my water heated up or anything. Alright, this is going to be a little weird, but it tastes really good. I'm going to use whatever is left of this movie theater butter oil here. Because the recipe that I've been going by had butter in it, and like I said, I don't have any butter, so this is like maybe a quarter of a teaspoon. It's not even enough. So I'm going to use a little peanut oil. So we're going to put a little bit of peanut oil in there. Just a dab bit of peanut oil. A couple dabs of peanut oil. We're going to put, let's see. Get my handy dandy little. I'm going to put about a half a teaspoon of salt. Oh no, that's a tablespoon. What am I doing? Whew, that would have been some salt. We're going to put about half a teaspoon of salt. And I don't really like salt, but you know, it helps the bread out. Sure does. But we're going to put some salt in there. Then we are going to put this powdered vinegar. And why vinegar? Because we kind of want that little taste to it. I don't know. My husband and I wanted to try it out, and you don't want, and this is what it looks like, you don't want to smell it, you know, suck it into your nose because, whoo. Okay, this is, it's actually a coffee scoop, but it's 2 tablespoons put together. So we're going to use about 2 tablespoons and a half of vinegar. See, it's about a half. Quite a bit of vinegar in there. We're going to do that. Then we're going to get our yeast. We're going to get our spoon here. And we're going to bust a hole in the middle here. I was reading something that if you do that, it distributes, for some reason, the yeast a little more. And we're going to take this tablespoon, we're going to put 2 tablespoons, 2.5 tablespoons of yeast right in that little hole there. We got that. Then we're going to go get the water nice and hot, warm. And we're going to put a little bit of jalapeno pickle juice in there. We're going to get 2.5 cups. So the half a cup is going to be some pickle juice. We're going to use that in the water. So we will be back. Alright, we are back. We have 2.5 cups of water and some pickle juice, and we're going to put that over the yeast in that hole. And they tell you to do it slowly, but I'm not a very patient person. It's already bubbling up in there. So we have 4 cups of flour, we have some salt, we have the vinegar, we have the yeast, and now we're going to put the jalapenos, onions, and peppers in there. And we had it sitting in some flour. Like I said, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Who knows? It's my recipe. Let me figure that out on my own, right? Alright, we're going to get this mixing. We're going to start off slow. Get mixing. Get my hand towel here. And then once we get it all into a ball, we're going to have to get this dough off of the sides here. Get that working in there. Get this going a little bit more. And I might have to add a little bit more flour because it's... But ooh-wee! You can definitely smell the vinegar. Alright, let's work this to get the flour off of the sides here. Get that flour in there. And then some of you might be rolling your eyes going, she don't know what she's doing. She don't know what... Look. Like I say, let me figure that out on my own. Let me figure that out on my own. So then the next time I do it, who knows? Might be the best bread I've ever had. I don't know. Might be too many ingredients. Might not be. Who knows? I do know I'm going to have to clean this sucker. That's for sure. And I do every time I'm done using it. So I'm going to mix. And it does look like I'm going to have to add a little bit more flour to it to form that bowl. In fact, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some more flour to it as it's mixing. Because you definitely don't want it too wet. And a little at a time. We did 4 cups of flour, remember that. Alright, let's scrape the sides again. Because it's not, oops. Let's try to scrape down the sides a bit. See how it's still a little too runny there. At this point, you can make some pretty thick patty cakes, I would assume. I'm guessing around 5 to 6 cups of flour. That's what I'm going to be guessing. Because 2.5 cups of water is pretty big. And yes, I know I got dough all over my hand, but that's alright. It comes off. Just like dirt. Dirt don't hurt. Well, getting messy a bit from your own cooking. Like I said, experiment, y'all. We're going to put 2 more tablespoons, come on, into the mixer. So that's like 6 tablespoons that I have put in there. Okay, starting to form here. Starting to get something. You just keep on adding flour until it starts getting what you want. Ooh, until it gets angry. There it goes. It's going to still be sticky. Well, because you have 2 different oils in there. And the jalapeno. Give it another scrape down. And they tell you not to overmix. But you know. Let's give it another. See how it's still coming off of the hook here. And I never claimed to be, you know, knowing it all about making this here bread. I just know that I don't want it too runny. You know, it's looking, smelling pretty damn good, if you ask me. And it's going to be sticky. This little old lady that swims with me in the physical therapy, she was telling me about this type of bread. And I thought, that sounds like a good deal. So we're going to add at least another 1. So right now we're up to maybe about 1/2 cup extra. We're going to do 2 more. I know I said put it in little at a time, but so about 1/2 cup to maybe 5 cups, 5.5 cups. I mean, I got flour everywhere on this one. It's okay. We can clean it up. Let's turn this back on. And get this thing going. I don't have that guard. Keep it from getting all over the place. Alright, now it's starting to form a real good ball here. Then I gotta get my cover, and I stick it in the other room because it's the warmest room in the house. I stick it in the closet, really, in the hall closet. odd place to put it. Maybe. Give it a good mix of room here. And I'll take it off and I'll let you see what it looks like. It's still got that elastic string feeling to it. It's got that. See how it's still. And some bread, I'm going to tell you, will come out real crunchy, chewy. My husband loves that kind of bread. Take it off here and I'll show you what it looks like in the bowl. And let me tell you, y'all, it is heavy. I mean, I got lots of towels that I got clean because I ran out of paper towel. So, at this point, thank goodness for the mixer, I tell you. You just want to make sure that everything is incorporated. I think I'm going to put at least one more cup. And then that should form me a halfway decent, usable because at this point it's going to end up being 2 loaves instead of 1. 2 nice sized loaves. But I'm going to go ahead and add a couple more tablespoons of flour. I'm going to put 6 tablespoons, so it'll be about 6 cups of flour. There we go. And we're going to give that a whirl. Get that going. Turn it off low. Turn it up a bit. Lock it into place because now give it a little bit of a extra push here. They tell you on medium speed, so, and you can tell by the way the camera's moving, we got some good speed there. Alright, that's going to be good enough for me. Oh, that's right, I locked it. I'm like, I can't lift this up. Just kind of push it all off the hook here. This is all part of experimenting. Experimenting. See how it's still, you know, I mean, I'd be going through 8 or 9 cups of flour if I, but this would be good. Because once it rises, then I'm just going to plop it into the pan. We're going to take this off. And we're going to just, if you excuse me, I have to. Alright, so we're not going to add any more flour. We're just going to put a towel over this. We're going to put it in the hall closet. Because like I said, we lost, oh, I don't think I've told you. Last Wednesday we lost our heat. And so being out in the open like this, I mean, yeah, I'm here and I'm got, you know, no sleeves on, but we have those little heaters, you know, the ones, I don't know what they are, infrared heaters where you can put a magazine on it and you could use it as a shelf or whatever. We got a couple of those heaters going. The part to our furnace will not be in until Thursday, and our landlord doesn't want to buy a new unit, so we get our heat through our air conditioning, and so that's that. So in the hall closet is the best place to put this. I'm going to let this rise for 1 hour. Then I'm going to take it out, add a little flour to my hands and to the thing, and we're going to roll it as much as possible. It still is pretty sticky, but we're going to roll it. We're going to put it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes. We might have to divide it in half, but I'm going to put flour on my table here because I do it all the time now. So we're going to do that. Alright? So we're going to come back to you in just a few. Alright. Now, it has risen. It's been about an hour. Let's get you into frame here. It's been about an hour, and look how much it has risen, y'all. It has risen. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to get some flour down on the table. I got my bread pans ready because we're going to do an experiment. This has all been an experiment. I believe this is going to make at least 2 loaves of bread here. So we're going to try something. Right? Okay, so we're going to put you on pause and then I'll be back. Alright, we're back. Alright, as you can see, I got some flour down on my table here. Plenty of flour, because now remember, this was extremely sticky. So we're going to have to work that flour into this. Oh, you can smell the onions at least. Woo, honey child. I try getting all the dough out of my bowl here as much as possible. Don't want to leave any stragglers behind. We're going to get our hands mixed into this flour. Because I tried something. I took a small little piece of dough. We're just going to just lightly roll this. Now those of you who know me know that I have a small back problem in doing this part. I mean, look at how, ooh, Lord have mercy. You can smell the jalapeno and the onions in this. I have to run and get my onions are popping out. Okay. Just gonna work it just a little bit more. And I have to go get my, make sure that you get plenty of flour on your hands, because this is going to be one heck of some bread, I'm going to tell you that. because we're gonna spread this way, and I'm gonna go get my cutter to divide this dough in half, so I will return. Okay, and another reason why I'm trying to rush is because I have another recipe I want to get going, and I don't know how y'all do things in your world, but I have other people to feed, so. Alright, we're going to do one like a regular loaf, and we're going to do the other one like buns. So we're going to set that off to the side. We're going to get some more flour under this. Stick my hand in the flour and sprinkle some more flour on top. And I know it sounds like a lot of flour, but trust me, it will work. Because this is so soft and feels real good, actually. And you don't want to use any more oil than what you already have. Alright. I read about something when you roll it out, and I'm not going to get my roller because it'll just stick to it. You roll it out as much as possible. See, I keep on putting my hands into the flour. And keep on pushing it out and pushing it out. There's the hubby coming in. Keep on pushing it out. Sort of like you're doing a pizza, but you're not. And don't worry, that's not hair hanging from my fingers. It's not going to spread out that easy without doing it, but I'm going to take this and I'm going to roll it. Get my scraper, and you roll it. And get the scraper. Because while my oven is heating up, oh, it is heavy. We're going to stick this into the loaf pan. Oh, that is a piece of my hair there. You don't want that. You excuse me, I have to wash that off. No. Gosh darn it. Okay. I am back. So now we're going to take this one, get a little bit more flour going on it. We're going to roll it a little. Then we're going to pinch off a couple nice round pieces, and we're going to turn those pieces in there. We're going to stick them in the bread pan. Now, if you don't have a bread pan, you can use like a small cake pan. Because earlier I was messing with his dough. I had some dough and I fried it. That's just my oven. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some flour and keep on patting myself. in that flour. You gotta let this all get in there. And I just take it and pinch off another piece, roll it in some flour there. Keep it from sticking. Nice round pieces. Now I don't know what it's gonna raise up to in the oven, but we're gonna let this sit back in the closet for at least a half hour. Roll it around in the flour. I might have to but it's so soft that these might turn into some pretty good rolls. My husband is working on somebody's chainsaw for them because a guy friend of his owns his own barbecue or rib little joint, and my husband said that he'll help him any way he can for some food. You can just cut it off and roll it into the flour. Getting the onions and the peppers all rolled in there. I mean, that is a kind of a big piece. You don't want it too big. Then I take this and I'm going to fill in some of the gaps with it. There's a little gap here. And there's a little gap in this pan here. It should rise up pretty good. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these back into the closet and let it rise for about a half hour. Then once it has risen, I'm going to take this dough and I'm going to fry it. I'm going to flatten it out. Cut some pieces off of it. And then I'm going to take it and flatten it out into little biscuit or whatever shapes. Because the other day, or today, I fried one and it was really good. I just wanted to see what would happen if I fried it. Just a little bit of oil. But right now I have to get this dough into the closet so it can rise again. I'll probably use this one as a filler right here. Filling up that pan. Or, actually, okay, scratch the frying. We're just going to fill this in here with this dough. It'll be an odd shaped loaf, but it'll work. Just fill it in there because I don't have enough time. Alright, we're going to let this rise a little bit more in the closet for a half hour, and we'll get back to you. Alright, y'all. It's been a half hour, and now it has risen a little bit more. The second one, not as much, but it has risen. So, we're going to stick these into a 400-degree oven for at least a half hour. And unfortunately, I have another video I want to try to do or get done, and I don't have another memory card to switch out with. So I'm going to end this video, and I will take pictures of what the bread looks like when it's done. Alright? So peace, y'all. Have a good evening.